Hey everyone, it is Sunday, February 21st. The time is 1:30 p.m. and the temperature right now is minus 3 degrees Celsius. I'm here on Queen Street East in Leslieville, and that is Leslie Grove Park. And the plan for this one is to turn north here onto Jones Avenue, and then I'll walk north up the entire length of Jones to where it comes to an end on Danforth Avenue. And there's a look at the famous Leslieville mural. And I think that's supposed to be Alexander Muir of the Maple Leaf Forever fame. He was an old Canadian songwriter and poet. And just to the right here is 7 Jones Avenue, which is kind of buried off to the side here. So we'll take a quick look at that. And this is a social housing complex. And there it is. So good luck if you've ordered something for delivery and live here. It's not in the most obvious of locations. And Jones Avenue itself is one of the more interesting streets on the east side of the city. It's got a unique mishmash of different architectural styles, new and old. You'll find old, rather junky, dilapidated looking homes, along with rather modern, newer homes. There are some commercial developments as well. Here's a home that was for lease. And this is actually my second attempt at recording this video, so hopefully I have enough battery left in the camera. I had originally recorded a walk from the north end of Jones, and I came south down the length of the street to where I started this video, and it turned out my external audio had stopped recording at some point along the walk. So I'm not really sure how that one would sound when all is said and done, so I might as well re-record it while I'm here. And if that one is usable, I'll put that other walk up on my Johnny Stumbles channel. And just here on the left at 52 and 54 is another social housing complex, or public housing. I'm not sure what the exact terminology is. There's a modern, newer home going in, although most of the homes here seem to be World War I era or around there. I found this little stretch of homes to be quite interesting. You have this tiny little old, almost workers' cottage style home next to these twinned duplexes. And then next to them, we have a property here with this glass teepee element sticking out of it. And this is part of the Matty Harper Lodge. I think that glass teepee is a nod to the First Nations heritage in the city. There it is, Matty Harper Lodge, 86 Jones Avenue. And this property consists of 16 rent geared to income social housing units. I'm not sure if the architect was drunk or not, but it's kind of hideous looking if you ask me. There's some more homes that are kind of typical of Jones Avenue across the street. So coming up is Dundas Street East. There'll be a library just up here on the left. It's got this interesting kind of pagoda style roof element to it. But libraries won't be opening anytime soon in the city. And I'll cross over to the other side here. So that's a look west along Dundas Street East. Or a look east. West is in the other direction, dummy. And there's this interesting kind of row of garage doors facing Dundas Street East. That is not something you really see along a major street anywhere else in the city of Toronto. So this is the Leslieville neighborhood, but once I get north of the railway tracks up ahead, I'll be in Riverdale. And that'll take me up to Greektown. And coming up here on the right at 163 is a property that's for sale, and I looked it up and the ask is $799,000. So it's definitely on the low side for a home in the city of Toronto, although it's not a particularly large home. And you never know what kind of work it might need. And here's a newer condo style development. And just next to that is an old church that has been converted into lofts. This building originally goes back to around 1913. I think at some point in the mid-2000s it closed, and soon after that a loft conversion went in. And I remember seeing one of the properties here that was around 1,700 square feet was going for $1.4 million. I think that's the old Glory of God church. There's some unique looking homes. So I'm going to take a brief detour here, as I did my last walk. Although there was a cute dog in this yard here. And I'm going to check out a unique laneway home. So this is Peyton Lane. And this home here was designed by a couple of local architects, Peter Duckworth Pilkington and Susan Chang. I'm not sure if I quite remember her last name. I think this is one of the more unique laneway homes in the city. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they would also have to own the property that fronts Jones Avenue. You can't own just a laneway home. And this is the back of the loft conversion. So it looks like they have some neat rooftop patio spaces up there. All right, so it's back to Jones Avenue. I ran into someone on my first attempt recording this walking south who was quite interested in my camera. We had a little conversation. But if he goes looking for that video, he's not going to find it because I screwed up the audio. And if this one doesn't work out, I'll just consider this to be a cursed walk and give up on it for now. So this would be Gerrard Street East coming up. And to the right, which is east, you'll find the Little India neighborhood. And if you were to turn left and go past Gerrard Square and continue, you'll be in East Chinatown. And I mentioned this in my other video, but I think there used to be a cafe here that had attracted Ryan Gosling to stop by for a visit during the Toronto International Film Festival. And then the following year, Tom Hanks popped in. I think it was called Grinder Cafe. But their landlord had tripled their rent. So now it is no more. And there's the Look West. That is the Aura building at College Park, way off in the distance. And on the right here is Riverdale Collegiate. This is a rather huge secondary school. And I think it originally dated back to 1907, although obviously this part of the building is relatively new. Yeah, it has some Chinese characters on it. So from here on, the walk is mostly uphill. There's the Greek Orthodox Church. It says Old Calendar on it. I'm not sure what exactly that is referring to. If they went by the new calendar, would that church be no good to some people? Sorry, we only practice by the new calendar here. Your kind is not welcome. There's an interesting contrast of different housing styles across the street. I thought this design element was kind of interesting. It looks like this might be some kind of makeshift apartment complex with these two structures being connected with what looks to be an occupied space. And that kind of bleeds into this building here. And once I get north of these tracks, I'll be in Riverdale. There's a French school just here on the right. Take a look back at these murals. I think the convenience store on that drawing is coming up just up ahead. Can't really see the murals all that well when you're underneath. There is the French school. And there is Lake Street Public School off in the distance. Looks almost like a prison from over here. This here is Boltby Avenue. So somewhere in this area there was an accident a few years back. It might have been this property here. I read that one of these properties that was under construction, or possibly this one of the workers got trapped after an explosion and unfortunately they perished. Must be one of these properties. Didn't really get a street number when I read about that. That was just something I had Googled on my way over on the subway. There's a rather old property. There's another house for sale. That is $370. So now the uphill trek begins. See if I can distance myself from this person here. And the paint jobs on these homes is rather interesting. Navigate my way back to the sidewalk. I think the problem with a paint choice like this is you're going to have to maintain that a bit more frequent than more traditional colors. And here's that convenience store I was talking about that was included on that mural underneath the rail tracks. I really think they should invest in restoring that Trident sign. I think that would give that building a pretty neat look. That's a pretty cool looking home. And right across the street there is the city's oldest Jewish cemetery. Well, you can't really see it from this street. I think you get a pretty good look on it from Blake Street, which is parallel to Jones on the other side of the cemetery. I kind of like this house. It's rather tastefully done. The Goeltzedec Cemetery. I will not try to pronounce that, and it looks like they've got barbed wire protecting the top of that fence there. Here comes the 83 Jones Avenue bus. And that is going all the way down to Commissioners. And I think it terminates to the north of here at Dundas Station. And that's the old Jones Avenue School up there on the left. And it's currently a public adult and ESL school. I think there's something in the neighborhood of 250 students, although there was a fire there in 2019, and it's not supposed to reopen until 2022. And just connected to it there is Earl Grey Public School. I don't know if it was named after the tea or not, or even who Earl Grey was, if that's the same Earl Grey. Or maybe the guy the school is named after was named after the guy the tea was named after. Who knows? There's a limit to the amount of research that I do before these walks. I draw the line at Earl Grey. It says right there, learn English, adult ESL. This is a pretty modern looking home. And I'm pretty much in Greektown. Well, this would be the eastern border of Greektown. I think it actually ends at Jones Avenue. There's an old church. I can't quite read what that says, as it's not in English. And I might have enough battery left to make it over to the Lipton entrance of Pape Station. Coming soon, so I guess this house here at 567 will be listed for sale pretty soon. And that is Hazelwood Avenue. There's a barber shop. I could really use their services right now. I think the city of Toronto is collectively rather disappointed that they weren't allowed to reopen. Tundra Music Inc. Vintage Guitars. Someone's blasting music from somewhere up here. It's this motorcycle. All right, hopefully I don't get picked up on a copyright notice for that. And welcome to Greektown. So this is Danforth Avenue. I'm now walking west along the south side. So it seems I'll have enough battery to make it to Pape Station. I was hoping to record another walk or two today, but I think this 2-for-1 job kind of emptied the gas tank early a little bit as I started here and walked south all the way down Jones, and then realized that my audio recording had failed. So this here is Woodycrest Avenue. So I think this would be a good spot to cross north onto. That guy pressed the button over there. So here is Greektown. But I will try to find my way to the station by heading north up Woodycrest Avenue here. There's a Papa John's and a Pizza, and over on the corner at the next block is Canva, which is a popular cannabis retailer in this area. Here we go. It's my first time recording Woodycrest on this channel, and possibly the last. And I think I can cut through this parking lot here. And that would be the Lipton entrance, just up ahead here. Okay, I will slide my mask on now. And head down to the subway station. proving to be a bit tricky one-handed here. There we go. I am ready to jump into the subway. My mask is probably crooked. That is Pape just up ahead there, and there's a Tim Hortons at the main entrance to Pape Station. Someone dropped a cushion. It's a weird thing to drop. And here we go. I hope you enjoyed this walk up Jones Avenue, starting at Queen Street in Leslieville. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, there are links to my Patreon in the description, as well as you can check out channel memberships on the main page. It looks like the next train is not here for 3 minutes, so I'll end the recording with a few percent left on the battery. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will catch you on the next one.